Hello, Von Simeon again. I had an opportunity this week to watch a little bit of Hulu, what I do when I do have time, to just enjoy a little space to myself. And I caught a segment by Jimmy Kimmel about earlier this week, I guess, him and Kanye West got into a bit of a beef. Not really a beef, more that Jimmy was just doing his job and Kanye didn't appreciate it because of the way Jimmy portrayed Kanye's overly inflated ego. And so what ensued from that was that Kanye West took to Twitter, and in taking to Twitter, he just basically flamed out on all kinds of comments related to Jimmy's sexuality, capability as an artist, as a fellow performer, other things. It was covered in Hulu. You need to check it out. I'll stop talking, let you go over there, and then you come back here, and I'll finish. After I watched that segment, I said, whoa, I got Kanye'd. Yeah, I got Kanye'd this week. It was a situation related to a project that I'm on in which I had projected information related to the future timeline of the project and those involved. And wearing my Rays shirt here, so pull to Joe Madden, managing what's happening on the field. Hey, we're going into our 18th inning and you're looking a little tired right now, so I'm going to go ahead and bring someone else in because there are other people on the roster who can equally do what I got you doing. So I know my emails take more than 4 minutes to digest. But in 4 minutes, upon me hitting send, this person started flinging poo in the sense of reactionary email. And we all know about this email. This is the flamer. This is the person who's just reacting, not taking the time to reflect on the information provided, and not calling for clarification, just calling for recognition for their existence and their importance. This is all ego driven. And so this happened, and I would say that about 3-ish in the afternoon, right after I had delivered my blog and did some other things business related, I hit send. And from that point on, well past 9 into the evening, this person was just volleying a barrage of reactionary, short-sighted messages. It got me thinking about what were the techniques I used to use when I managed teams, when I used to do public relations, when I used to do conflict resolution, because it does play into properly approaching the Kanye. Which, by the way, I'm not going to even trademark or copyright that mess. You go ahead and call that situation. It's no longer flaming email or social media rant. It is just Kanye. Use that as a verb. Everybody will know what you're talking about now, right? Let me share this because I think there's plenty of us who have experienced the Kanye, but not many of us know how to work through it in an effective and in a positive manner that is still results oriented for what you're trying to convey. So I figured let me go ahead and share 4 little sparklies that could help you the next time, because I know this ain't going to be the last time for me, and I'm sure because of your greatness you will encounter this as well. Take it for what it is. But first and foremost is not to get emotionally invested. You're dealing with a person who strokes their ego so much they find it unbelievable that you are not stroking their ego at just the same frequency. They cannot believe that you don't acknowledge that the Anunnaki bestowed them upon this planet for all of us to enjoy because of all similarly trained and practiced artists. Only they are the one to convey the type of artistry you need to see your project through. You don't want to feed into that. You don't want to bring yourself to that level. It's a waste of energy. It really is. Life is too short and too precious to get into a screaming match with someone who is just attention starved. And if anything, you do that, you're just feeding their attention. It's what they want. You don't do that. How does that work out? Just don't give in to the rant, the flurry of fury, that explosion that they display because they're trying to pull you in and trying to get you engaged. And once you lose your head, then guess what? Now you're the asshole. You don't want to be the asshole. So don't get emotionally invested. Number 2, imagine yourself a mighty tree, an oak, thousands of years standing, rooted firmly in the soil that is your character. These waves of ego-driven insults that I can't believe you did that, I don't understand, how dare you, are going to beat against you. They're going to beat against this trunk of your mighty oak, whatever tree. I don't want to tell you what tree. Try to be a sturdy tree in your head. Redwood. Redwood's good. Cedar. Whatever. The point I'm making with that. Those are battering waves. They're just going to be uncontested. They're just going to be pummeling at you, especially within that first few minutes of delivery. But what happens there is that ego-driven person is going to shift into self-pity. It's going to shift into the self-pity and deprecation, which is fishing for sympathy. But you, as that tree, have to remain mighty, solid. The third thing you want to do is sleep on it. You do have to sleep on it. Even if this is something that happened face to face. That's where step 2 comes in, by the way. If that person is exploding at you physically, it is mighty tree time, you walk away. You go home and you sleep on it. You sleep on it because it's going to nag you. It's going to nag you. You're human. You have emotions. You feel you deserve to react to it. You don't deserve to be talked to like that, definitely. The worst thing you want to do is plan a fight. The reason why you don't want to plan a fight is that planning a fight makes you work up your passions. It makes you work up anger, anxiety, rage, animosity, fury. And the moment you do that, you just overturned rule number 1, which is don't get emotionally invested. And now you're the asshole. And you're trying to avoid being the asshole. So if anything, sleep on it. A cool dream might come out of it, with all this thought processes going on. But ultimately, rest. Do not address the reactive content of that verbal or written volley. But do address the issues that particular person brought up. Because what you will find in all of those bullets that came flying at you that stabbed into that oak, you're going to pull them out and you're going to notice impacts. And some of those impacts are nuggets of truth. You're going to acknowledge those nuggets of truth that person volleyed at you because you are a person of character, good character. So you acknowledge that impact. I say acknowledge, not apologize. You do not apologize. The words I'm and sorry don't go together in this conversation. You acknowledge, never apologize. But you address the issues. You have to keep in mind that a person is going to do what they want to do. A person's going to react the way they know how to react. But when you're trying to keep a professional relationship and you're trying to preserve your art, the main thing you have to do is remember that emotions can't be dragged into the decision-making process. And the moment they are, it compromises the integrity of the project. So the fourth nugget is to remember that there is an after effect. There's an aftershock. You didn't get emotionally invested. You remain mighty. And you retaliated strategically. But what you do in dealing with the aftermath is that you let it roll on. Because the thing about these Kanye individuals is that they're going to let things lay down and simmer, but they're also going to try to bring that shit back up. This is what I call the Heisenberg effect. Remember, Breaking Bad, season 5, Walt sitting in his house. Skylar's not home yet. Jesse comes over. And Jesse asks him, are you in the meth business? Or are you in the money business? And Walter White says, neither. I'm in the empire business. At the end of the day, when it comes to collaborating with individuals who are ego-driven, they're usually driven by very superficial things. Money, material. Me, people like me, are just really passionate about what makes them feel good. We're just about the business of building an empire that makes us comfortable, that makes us feel complete. So that fourth snippet is invoke the Heisenberg effect. Let that roll on. Don't acknowledge it. Don't try to put a period in it. Don't try to put a final sentence in it. Let business roll on. Should be happy that they've been able to collaborate that long with you.